In 2026, one song didn't just climb the charts, it kind of reshaped them. I'm talking about I Just Might by Bruno Mars. Now, sure, it was a massive hit, but it was also a technical masterpiece hiding in plain sight as a feel-good disco track. There's just something about its weight that feels so different from everything else on the radio.
I mean, you felt it, right? That moment when the beat drops. It doesn't just sound good, it feels heavy. It has this warm, almost physical gravity to it that's so hard to describe. Well, today, we're going to figure out exactly what that is. I love this quote because it just perfectly captures the whole vibe. It's nostalgic, a little hazy. It feels like a memory that you haven't even made yet. But that atmosphere? Oh, that is no accident. It's built piece by piece with some seriously clever studio choices. So let's do it. Let's start our forensic audit. We're going to pull this track apart layer by layer and find out exactly what gives it that incredible texture and that emotional gut punch. And we're going to start with the foundation, the rhythm. Okay, so the secret to that thick, heavy drum sound, it all comes down to a classic studio technique. A little bit of old school analog magic that literally bends time before the sound even gets to your speakers. It's a trick called variable tape speed tracking. And here's the gist. Instead of recording the song at its final speed, you have the musicians play everything just a little bit faster. And this is where the mad scientist stuff happens. You record the track faster onto actual analog tape, and then you physically slow the tape machine down to the final tempo, which is 120 beats per minute. When you do that, you're literally stretching the sound waves. And what you get, especially on the drums, is this incredible saturated weight. It's a gooey, thick texture that digital plugins have been trying to copy for years. But you just can't fake the real thing. That the song's power isn't just physical, right? It's emotional. It gets in your chest. So how does a song that makes you want to get up and dance also feel so wistful? Well, the secret to that is hiding in a single chord. So let's look at the chords in the chorus. We're in the key of F major, which is bright, happy, optimistic, and the progression feels pretty sunny and normal. You've got your F7, your B flat, but then something changes. That's it. That's the secret sauce, the B flat minor. Now, in a major key, that chord is a borrowed chord, and it's a classic trick from 1970s soul music. Just when your ear expects another bright, happy sound, you get hit with this little moment of melancholy. It's that bittersweet feeling, the thing that makes your heart ache just a tiny bit, even while you're smiling and tapping your foot. Okay, so we've got physical weight from the tape and emotional complexity from the harmony. Now let's talk about how they put it all together in space to create a sound that feels absolutely enormous. The way they designed the soundstage here is just genius. They took all the core elements, Bruno's main vocal, the bass line, the kick drum, and they locked him right down the middle of the mix. But then everything else, the backing vocals, the guitars, the horns, and synths, they pushed them way out to the sides, like 85 to 90% out. And the result of that choice is this exact feeling. It doesn't just sound wide. It feels like the music is literally wrapping around your head. It's a completely immersive listening experience, like you're being hugged by a wall of sound. So all these technical tricks are super cool on their own, but they become something really special when you realize they're not just there to sound good. They're there to tell the story. There's actually a name for this. It's called prosody. And don't worry, prosody is just a fancy word for something really simple. It's when the music itself feels the same way the lyrics do. The sound is telling the exact same story as the words. And check out how I Just Might does it perfectly. In the verses, the lyrics are all about being hesitant, being a cautious romantic. And the music reflects that. It's sparse. It's small. But the second he makes the decision, the second he sings I Just Might, bam! The arrangement just explodes. The horns come in, the strings, all those vocals. It's the musical payoff that perfectly matches the emotional payoff in the lyrics. And you know what? All of this incredible, detailed work in the studio, it didn't stay in the studio. It spilled out into the real world and created a genuine cultural moment. That song's very structure became the soundtrack for a whole generation's glow-up. People were so fascinated by the song's unique sound that they started digging. After Bruno actually broke down the production on an episode of Song Exploder, Google searches for variable tape speed tracking shot up by 450%. People weren't just listening, they were studying. And that explosive verse-to-chorus moment we talked about, well, that became the definitive glow-up sound on TikTok.
That musical shift from hesitant to confident was used in over 12 million videos, showing people's personal transformations. It was perfect. But the impact went even deeper. Industry analysts started calling the album the beginning of a whole new trend, the neo-Philly sound. And it's more than just a throwback. It's taking that classic 1970s Philadelphia soul, the lush strings, super tight rhythm sections, complex vocal harmonies, and polishing it all with a modern crystal clear shine. So, I Just Might is so much more than just a great pop song. It's a masterclass in audio engineering that just gets better the closer you listen. It kind of proves that behind every amazing feeling music gives you, there's brilliant intentional design. So the next time you hear a song that just hits different, what hidden wares are you going to listen for?